Welcome one, welcome all. My name is T in Trouble, also known as Luke, and today I'm finally going to lead you through how to mod this version 0.1, 0.1.5, I forget what I named it, of Scratched. It is slightly different than before, not too different, but hopefully it is a tad bit easier to get, most of the things in. So let's just do it. I'm doing all of this without listening to music for no reason. So if I lose track of thought very easily, that's why. Okay, so in the description, there should be a link to a file. It'll contain two different files, a blank version of the character editor and a blank version of the game itself. And by blank version, I mean if you go into it, it's only got it's easier if it's only got Scratch, it's only got Scratch, and it's only got Giga. And it's got one stage. That's it. Right. Wait, I need to edit it real quick. I forgot I needed to remove something. Yeah. Okay, now it's good. So what you're going to do is just save the file as, and we'll jump right into the tutorial. Just name this like scratched here. Tutorial. Wow. Right. Now we're in the tutorial version, and we can start the tutorial. Okay, so we're gonna start out with making a playable character. Now, before we jump into the costumes and start making all the animations and all that fun stuff, first we have to register the character under the player sprite. The sprite player, I mean. And we do that under the icon names and icon color. Now, just looking at this, I bet you have no clue what's going on, except for this part, maybe. So what we're going to do is we need to give the player a name. So let's just say, this guy. I'm just going to say you should copy that. And then you give him an icon name, guy, icon. That's what icon name will appear in the icons itself. And then you got to give him an icon color, which is helpful when you actually paint out the sprite. So to make hold on, you'll do that. And then just make a guy real quick. Doesn't have to be good necessarily. That'd be funny. Hold on. Okay, so we got our guy. Let me turn on light mode so you can see the guy I'll be animating. So we just take this, and the icon color is this, backslash, this, backslash, this. So in our case, it's 72.2, backslash, 60, backslash, 100, backslash. It's important you have all the backslashes or else the program it'll just crash. Now we aren't ready yet. We got to put this guy into a file, somewhat like Scratches. Here, this is a folder, not file. So to do that, there are two ways. You can right click him and create folder, it'll be the thing you had copied from before. Boom. Or in the name, you can do this guy, 2 backslashes, and then idle. Boom. And now you're ready to switch to him. Don't mind that, I was pressing random keys. So, I actually switched to the player. You just gotta hit the 2 key. And it'll ask for the player name. And there you put this guy. Whoa! It's this guy. Make him bigger. Maybe turn on this. Move it down to foot level. There we go. We've got this guy. But he's got no icon. And you can see the health bar color automatically switched to this. If the health bar color is not found, it should turn green. And if you're missing a backslash, the project should start running at like 1 FPS. Alright. Next, um, we're gonna jump into the icon later. Let's animate this guy. So I'm gonna do a really quick idle. Oh yeah, how animations work. Animations work by finding the animation name. In this case, it's idle, and looping through them until the costume doesn't doesn't have the name. So as an example, I'm just gonna really quickly do this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Just for showcase purposes, you do not have to do this. So it'll go to the first frame, which is always the animation name. This is case specific, so it has to be uppercase I. You can't do lowercase I or else it just won't work. Then it'll go through them until it finds a sprite that doesn't have a prefix of idle. So all of these start with idle and then a number. Idle, number, not idle. It'll go back to this one and stop the animation. All within a single frame, so you never see it pull up this animation. Now, say if this name were idle bounds, it still wouldn't let you. It would still go this, stop at this and go back. That's because the prefix is not idle. The prefix is this entire idle bounds. The prefix is just the word up until a number. You got all that? It's not that hard. So to animate, typically, so he's in his idle pose right now. You duplicate and then just slightly change it. You can see already he's moving. And boom, we've got a 2-frame idle animation. But I don't like 2-frame. What if I want it to be more? Well, then you just add some more. Or what if I want a small bounce at the top? You can add any frame that you want in the middle of it. Like, this is going from 5 to 2, and it'll still... It doesn't matter the number at the end of it, it'll just do it in costume order. And just like that, you got a idle animation. Whoa! And now for the poses, which is very easy. You just take it, left, down, up, and right. And then it's the same thing as the idle animation. You just duplicate, or I haven't actually posed him yet. Uh, hold on. I've posted to the right now. Left. Oh, that's fine. Oop. Paste. Back. Copy. Okay, so I've posed the right animation now. You can see automatically it'll figure out how it's supposed to be done. And I'm gonna just really quickly, so much effort into it. We've got the right, and now it's just the same thing as before. We duplicate, uh, and then we slightly move it. In my case, I'm gonna change the whole thing. Take this, rotate it like that, move it up a bit maybe, extend this, and boom, we've got our right pose. Amazing, beautiful. But now I want to see the other poses. So I'm just gonna time lapse me doing that real quick, I guess. You know how it works by now. I know you do. Okay, so I've animated my poses now, as you can see here. As you can see, it can be as many frames as you want, as long as the first frame is up, or the animation name, and the last frame, next frame, which in this case is this, which is why you don't delete this, is that, is not the that frame, that name. So we got these, but an important part of the character, the player, is that he has miss animations. Well, that's even simpler. So what you do is you take your left pose and name it Miss L. Change it to be the Miss. Sorry, I'm gonna fill you with. There we go. Just like that. And I've got the Miss left to Miss animation. Now the way you call a specific animation in the character editor is you press the B button. Now I'll bring up the question of the broadcast name, and you just do miss. Now the way special animations work is that it does the animation name and then the first letter of that animation. So we did miss, and the left animation, the first letter is L. That would make it Miss L. You don't have to do the miss animations. It's just preferred if you do it. I'm not doing the miss animations. Okay, so for the icon, this is even simpler. Here's how it works. So I'm gonna stop the project, duplicate this, and we're gonna create a new folder with that name we did before. So that was guy icon / win. No, it's just W. Now when we start it up, I did it wrong. It's N. And boom, the icon. It's missing. So something fun you could do in Turbo Warp is you can turn on the ghost sprite to be one ahead, and this is the health bar, so you can use that as a gauge on how big you can draw your icon. Now this can be the bitmap, this can be vector. It really doesn't matter. All that matters is you keep it within those walls. That was a terrible circle. He's not a circle, he's an ovaloid thing. This guy. And boom, you can see he already is appearing. Center that. Fix up. Fix up this. Then we fill it with his icon color. Give him some eyes. But if you want it to be multi-frame, you'll never guess how this works. You duplicate, delete, and then just draw it out. And you can already see it's automatically going to that next frame. Boom, we've got a multi-frame normal icon. Yeah, we have yet to do the losing icon. I forgot he does that. I like this guy, actually. He's cute. Okay, so then after this, we got to make that losing one. And to do that, I'm sure you saw it. Oh, here we go. Now, if you go over to the opponent, he drains the health. There's your icon. Whoa. It'll always rotate off the center, which is right here. So that's why it's rotating like that. And we can save that. You have now made a complete character and learned the basics of how to make characters in general. That same knowledge goes on over to the opponent and the bopper with some slight differences to the bopper. In the bopper, the icon names is literally just the name and then the health bar color. And then the opponent is literally just it's the same except it's a character name slash icon names and icon colors. Beautiful. All right. Next, gonna make a stage, a very beautiful stage. Okay, so for a stage, we're first gonna make the sprites, which is a bit different than what we did. Oh, the ghost. Oh my goodness. Which is a bit different than what we did for the player, but whatever. So we're gonna make a stage. I'm gonna make it have some green, grass, center it, make it bigger, give it, give it some wave, give it an outline, and then we can just name this grass, and we can paint, and make one called sky, with a more light blue. This one just needs to be the size of the stage border, and then we can make some clouds. This one isn't as big. I don't want those be squares. Let's make some clouds for the sky. And then another one. Flower. To showcase the foreground, because I don't know what else to do for the foreground. So we're going to make a really quick flower. There we go. Okay. The name is Flowers. Now, making a stage is a little more technical than making a character. You go into background names, and these should have died. I deleted these. You can just delete these. So if you got background details and background names. For the background names, you just name it, whatever. I'm going to call this field. And then for the background details, you just name this, yeah, this will be the actual details and we can click costumes. The details of the stage need to be the same line as the name so that it knows item 1 is stage, item 2 is field, item 2 is field. And then if you have like item 50 is, I don't know, burger, item 50 is burger. It can't be item 50 is burger and item 49 is burger. It'll call the wrong one. Okay, so here's how we made our stage. First, the way it spawns is from back to front. So we're going to start with the sky, because that's the costume name. Next is its scroll speed. That's how fast it'll scroll. A scroll speed of 1 will move with the characters. If it's larger, it'll move faster than the characters. And if it's smaller, it'll move without the slower than the characters. And if it's 0, then it won't move at all. That's what we want for the sky. Then it's X and Y mod numbers. That's just to shift it if you don't want to go in the code and do it manually. We can just set these to be 0, 0 for now. It has some very niche uses for it. I don't know why I added it. And we have added a item to the stage. Congrats! And now you just do it for the rest. So you do clouds. This will be like 1.3 because it moves smaller than them. 0, 0. And then you do the grass. 1 because they're on it. It wouldn't make sense to move slower or faster. 0, 0. And now we've reached the foreground. Or maybe I could show off the thing. So we can do flowers. 1, 0. And then to move it up, I think you do like 100. And now we click it, put in a quick FG, backslash. Now we're in the foreground and can do flowers 1.20, 0. And your stage has been made. Keybind rundown. You do 1 to change the opponent. If you leave this blank, it won't change it at all and just leave it to what it was before. You do 2 to change the player name. You do 3 to change the bopper name. 4 to change the stage name field. Ooh, could move the flowers up some more and maybe shift them to the side more. And then 5 to set the camera. This you actually have to put something. And then 6 for the zoom. Yep, there's our stage. And then 7, we're going to do that in a second. Unfortunately, stage making is very trial and error. 200. And in order to see your changes, you have to restart the project. Negative 100. Oh, that's the negative direction for X, I guess. Okay, so we're like this. And now we use that 7 key. You may have noticed when I clicked it before, this P.1 clip, I went to the corner and they stopped moving. This is the placement editor. where you can change character placements and camera placements. You can change the character placement by using the arrow keys. Wow, look at them go. And you can use shift to make them go 4 times faster. And then, you probably guessed it, WASD to change the camera. So we'll move him right there. Beautiful. And then you click the P1, it'll switch to P2. Now you're editing P2. Don't want him to be hidden. So move him right there, maybe. Click it, go to P3, put her in between the flowers. Maybe like that. And it'll leave you on the focus you leave the character editor on. It will not put you back to what you were on before. You have to switch to P1, then press 7 again. And there you've got a stage. Great job. And now you can save. Maybe make yourself a opponent and a bobber. Save again. Why not? And now we gotta get ready to export these to the project itself. Go into here, delete all these. Those were the old tutorial ones before I redid it. So anything that has changed, you drag and drop into your backpack. So we have made a background, a player, and icons. That is it. That's all we've changed. If you added an opponent or added a player or made a health bar variant, you would drag those in as well. Health bar variants I will teach you how to do in the next modding tutorial, which goes a lot more in depth to the niche stuff. Not niche stuff, but harder to do stuff. But that's not all we changed. We also changed, if we go to list, we changed camera locations, P1 placements, P2 placements, and P3 placements. So we can just export all of these, hide them, and then to be safe, you can just snap a block out and into place, and then you can save. And now you load up the game itself to see. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. I still have to set it up. Done recording. Okay, so this next part of the tutorial will have to do with making a song chart. In the files shown below, there should be a file named Song Charter. This is the song charter you'll be using. Very important to note. Your song charts must be Psych Engine pre 1.0. That includes Nightmare Vision. Yeah, anything. I think 7.3 is the latest one and below. Anything below 1.0, excluding 1.0, because they decided to change how files save. So what I've got, so this next part will take place in my files. Uh, I'm going to be using a song called Geeking Corpse from FNF Shitley. Right, so here's how it works. You're going to double click it and open it up in whatever editor you use. Control A, Control C, and close. Go to the chart editor, not chart editor, scratch the modding tutorial, and you'll see a TXT file named chart.json. Open that up. It's just Phantasm, you don't need to worry about that. Control A, Control V. Right. Now this looks nothing like it did there. There's a few formatting things we gotta do. So to do that, press Control F and click this arrow. I'm gonna get rid of that for now. So here are the things we need to get rid of. Quotation marks, Then you could just leave this blank and press replace all. It'll remove all of them. Commas and these tabs, which we just Control C and Control V, replace all. Save. Okay, and there's your song chart. Next, the song itself. Hold on. I used Geeking Corpse. Well, here's Geeking Corpse. You're gonna have to open Audacity. Give it a moment. There we go. Skip. Then you just take these and drag and drop them in. And here will be the and you just export audio as an MP3. Export. Cool. Now that that's all done, we can go to the chart editor. Now there's actually music. Let's go. I can full screen again. Alright, this is pretty easy to understand, I believe. Here you import from your chart JSON. There it is. Then you set these in. SC, DRC. I misspelled it. This guy, the guy we made, and then Giga. Field. And then you gotta put the song name. That's what will be put in the free play and story mode. Song length, you can just really quickly import your song, and it's that number below. So in my case, it's 156.34. Did I put it in the wrong one? 156.34. Scroll speed, you can just scroll down all the way, and then add 1 to it, so that'd be 4.1. BPM, and this look for events. I'm actually gonna have to go back to here. Or VS Code. So the look for events is if in these section things it had a events like that. But since it doesn't, and it's after all the notes are done. Oh, this has some alt animation in here. Yeah, we'll deal with that in the next video. Yeah, like this. It's down here rather than in every section. So because of that, we can set that to be a 0. Export chart. Boom. Now you export. And you can stop it. That easy. You don't have to save. But now you can load Scratched. Finally. Okay, so we're here in Scratch and we're gonna save as Scratched tutorial. You'll also be given the tutorial files as well, so you can copy paste those if necessary. Or if you want to build off of them. It will take a while to load. This is a huge project. Okay, to add your chart, you're gonna have to go to a sprite named Song Chart Maker. and scroll over to this. This can be blank. Click Show List Chart to add. Then you import the song chart and add the song chart. That easy. Now the chart is in a list called All the Charts. Corpse. Yeah, you get the point. Ah, there it is. There's the start of it. There's Geeking Corpse. Hide. Really quickly, in this song chart maker, you're gonna have to scroll over to get next BPS. You can kind of just go to that. Oops. And then it's where'd I put it? Oh, it's not in there. So really quickly, we're gonna make a list. Unless I already have a list. No. Go songs to get BPS. That's there. And we're just gonna add Geeking Corpse. This is because I added it in much later in, and DRG does not have the specific line of code, the specific line of data, and will break if we try to use it. And we do if, then we scroll down to here, contains thing, uh, songs to get BPS, contains selected song of freeplay, get BPS, item, song chart -4, -3, yes. There we go. Now that that's taken care of, we can save and add it to freeplay. I'm just going to do it while it's saving. In freeplay, if you scroll to the left until you see make high score list, this is where your song maker is used. So you can go into here, select freeplay name scratches, and then add Geeking Corpse. Cool. Or if you want to add a section, you make a list, name it freeplay names bonus for this sprite only, and add Geeking Corpse. Oh shoot. Go back to freeplay. And then to do that, you would have to add. You've got freeplay names all. No, that's not what it is. Free freeplay names color alt, which is the color of the text you want. I'm just gonna make it 0, so it'll be red. Credit names, which will be Mavings. I don't know who made Geeking Corpse. I'm just gonna say Shitley. Shitley. And then freeplay types, which will be basic and scratches and tutorial. Those names do not care, do not matter. We do copy paste that down to here and replace these with our bonus And that's all. If we start the project now, you can see Geeking Corpse. That didn't work correctly. How could I forget? So we could this add item length of freeplay, however, end selection of ends. Yeah, no, we just need to do plus length of the bonus list. So right there. Now we go to the freeplay. And there it is, Geeking Corpse. Wow. Now, you cannot play it yet. If you do play it, I actually don't know what'll happen.
3, 2, 1.
It'll end. Yep, that's all. Why? We need to go into sound player, sounds, delete these. Oops. Phantasm, chicken nugget, and Faz News. Upload our inst and name it Geeking Corpse. Now, if we go in, we can select Geeking Corpse.
3, 2, 1, go!
And there it is. Except this isn't correct. We need to import our new sprites. To do that, open up the backpack. Anything that's in here, delete from in here. So we take the player, goodbye. We take the background, goodbye. We take the icons, goodbye. And then we just drag and drop them in. And then we go to lists, open up the camera locations, P.1, P2, P3, and just quickly import all of those. Two placements. It'll say which column to be used. Just click OK and it'll use both of them. Okay. Now we want to hide all of these. Save. And now we run it. Geeking Corpse.
3, 2, 1, go!
There's the stage. And we have added a song. Not fully. As you can see, it's not doing it correctly. Alright, so we gotta add over here in song data, we need to go to the list called mod names and just add Shipley and Shipley. That'll fix that. And now I'm gonna tell you how to make a story mode week. It's a little more complicated to be frank. We need week names, week score, not week score, songs, and week stuff too. So we press enter. Say we want our week to have 2 songs. We would do Geeking Corpse and the Archie. We have a week 2 name of yes. This is tutorial build and a week name of right now this would be uh week 2 and a week name of a quick tutorial. And that's all you need for the story mode. There he is. You can see, my goodness. Week 2 gets put down here, a quick tutorial gets put up here, and the song list gets put over here.
Three, two, one, go!
Ooh. And now, a few quick things before I end this part of the tutorial. Characters. If you want to add a character screen, it's very easy. Delete these guys. Say it's from FNF, scratched, and we'll name this, and make that the default color of this guy. See, face. Tutorial video, and then you just write all of that. You would make another one, and that would be you would darken up. To do that, I just made a bitmap overlay of it. You can see there. And if you load it up, the characters, there he is. It broke. That's because I didn't name them right. They actually need to be named. This, I'm pretty sure this guy 1, this guy 2. Either that or the code just magically broke. Yep, there we go. And just like that, you added that. And then credits is even easier. You just make it. Here's a template of it. You can just make one. You can make it any size you want. And you go to here, put it up again, go to credits. There it is. That easy. And that's part one of the modding tutorial. I've showed you how to add a character, icon, and a song in both free play and story mode. The next video will have to deal with mod charting, lyrics, uh, well, lyrics is part of mod charting, uh, stage scripts, and more in-depth stuff. Oh yeah, all animations as well, animation names as well, special note types, and all that fun stuff. And skins. Alright, that's all.